And that gets us to about passwords. You need a long, complex password. Don't make it password, okay? That doesn't work. Don't make it admin. Let me in. Those types of things, people know that. And you laugh about it. Let me in is a very popular password. In fact, there's a website that was just broken into that got a lot of passwords. And it showed the 10 most common passwords. And out of the 10, the top 10, let me in was there, password was there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as the most common passwords. Don't use those, okay? Okay, so passwords. Things to know about passwords. Number one, in a work environment, servers. You have servers and you have workstations. Okay? Servers tend to be where you have applications, databases, where you store stuff. And then the workstations are your laptops, right? Servers tend to have passwords on accounts. So all servers, all computers have accounts. Some you're aware of, some you aren't aware of. But on servers, they typically do have accounts. But what about workstations? Think about your home computer. Do you have to put a password to log into your home computer? Not everybody. You should. I do. My 4-year-old daughter, her computer, she does. My 10-year-old daughter, her computer, she does. And they're different passwords. They have their own password to get in. I won't let them have a password that gets in. Now, part of the reason is because I'm a parent, and if I want to, I just lock the account out and they can't go in. That's a benefit. But you need to have a password. You also have your work computers. You may assume that all accounts have a password, but I am telling you, they don't. You may assume that all accounts have a strong password. I will tell you, they aren't. Absolutely are not. You need to look at every system and every account on every system and make sure it has a strong password. Because I guarantee you, you have default or weak passwords on these accounts. Guarantee it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I 100% guarantee it. I've never been to a company, and I've been to hundreds of companies, that I didn't find that. Now, a lot of people think, well, as technology progresses, security gets better. No, it's actually the opposite. The inverse happens. As technology progresses, security gets worse. It's opposite of what you would think, but that's reality. So, do you have a strong password? Do you know what a strong password is? Why do you need multiple passwords? Yeah, something to think about. If you have one password, as the average person does, they come up with the password, and everywhere they go, they use that password. But think about it. If that same password is on your webmail, say Gmail or Yahoo. It's the same password you have on Amazon, on eBay, and all the different sites, your banking sites. I break into the one website and I get your password. Oh, well, what is that website? Oh, that website's just some little forum that you go to. It's the neighborhood forum where you post, what you're doing in the neighborhood, right? I break into that, get your password. I then assume that that's your password for Amazon. A lot of you have an account on Amazon. If not, you have an account on eBay. If not, it's going to be Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, get one of the big banks. I'm in as you. That's scary. You really should have a different password for every website. I have a solution for you. Don't worry about it, but I will help. Okay, number one, forget about technology. It's all in the process. Okay? Come up with a password that you have. Your one password that you know. but you need to change it for every website you go to. Well, that's a hint. Have your password, let's say use Amazon, okay? So your password is password. I hope it's not, but let's assume it's password. So you go to Amazon and your password would be Amazon.password. You go to eBay, what's your password? eBay.password. Go to Gmail, Gmail.password. That's just one way of coming up with a different password everywhere you go. Now, could somebody break into it and go, gee, I wonder if that's what they're doing? Sure. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. When you get hacked into, the person who's doing the hacking, I mean, there are cases where it's not the case, but they're not targeting you. Very rarely is an individual targeted for getting hacked. You are a victim of circumstances. So what happens is somebody breaks into a website, gets user IDs and passwords, and then tries those on these other sites. If the password's different, they don't even look at your password. It's an automated tool. Break in here, automatically try to log on to Amazon. So if it's a different password, they're not going to sit there and try to figure it out. So you are not being targeted. It's a mass attack. You just happen to be one of thousands who are being victimized. So that is one technique. Another thing about passwords is the longer, the better. Now you look at that and go, yeah, come on. You know, right now, you have to go to some website or at work, your password needs to be 8 characters, right? And boy, it's difficult to come up with that password. Well, there's a simple solution. My thing is the KISS principle. Keep information security simple. Okay, maybe it's not, but that's what I look at it. It's the KISS principle. If you already have come up with a password that's 8 characters long, just type it twice. It's now a 16-character long password. Believe it or not, that makes a difference. Having an 8-character long password that is, let's say, capital R, pound, 3, L, 0, 1, dash, tilde, 5. Great. But are you going to remember that? No, what do? You end up writing it down, right? Putting it under the keyboard or top right drawer. You know. Yeah. I've been doing this for a long time. So that doesn't help you out. But come up with a password that is longer. In fact, in Windows, okay? We're just talking Windows, what most people use. Okay? And maybe a few of you are into Macs, but just talk Windows here. If you have a password that is 14 characters long, alphanumeric and special character, the worst case scenario for me to crack that password, 20 minutes. If I get rid of the easiness of breaking in, they will go elsewhere. If I make it difficult, that means the bad guys have to work harder. The harder they work, the more noise they make. The more noise they make, the greater the odds are that I will see what they're doing. And if I see what they're doing, I can block, stop, or redirect the attack. It's a simple formula. So just make it more complicated. So in a case of passwords, if you go to Amazon, and let's say Amazon gets broken into, if your password is Amazon.password, their crackers aren't going to crack that. That's going to be in the last. So out of, let's say, 100 million people who have an account on Amazon, probably, 50,000 people have a password of password. Boom. They're going to go and attack those 50,000 people. They will never get to your password. So you don't want the same password everywhere you go. But the key thing here is length is a better variable than complexity. So don't think of it as a password. Think of it as a passphrase.